Hey everybody, I'm Dharma and this reading is for the sign of Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, cross watchers, anybody who's called to this. I'm using the Good Tarot amongst other decks. And my readings tend to last from reading to reading as far as timing goes. Alright, what do we have coming in for Virgo, please? The Moon. I don't do reversals typically unless it feels really important. Wow, that was a lot of cards. Bottom of the deck is Three of Cups. I'm going to keep this stack for later. Okay, so the Moon, the Ten of Rods, and the Fool. First thing I want to talk about is this feeling of, you know what, just, it's fine. There is, if you look closely on this particular those papers, that's music notes. The way a song was written is, or the way that some contract was written, or something about, because when a music composer or whoever, when they write a song and publish it, you know, it comes with a set of sheet music and it is supposed to be played the same way every single time, over and over and over again, because that's the way the song goes. Except on this particular Fool card, do you see those vibrations coming off of that music, the sound? It feels like this is something that can't be written and replayed the same way. It just can't. And I peeked open the deck on accident and I saw the Three of Swords, and it's probably because the way the song is written is too sad. It doesn't make sense, or I keep going, I sneezed on the beat and the beat got sicker. I don't know what that means, but the point is that it doesn't sound right. The way that this current song is being played doesn't sound right. It's too hard, it's too heavy, it's too sad. And so someone here, someone might wear either like a skirt or some kind of pants that have that V. They could always have on like a necklace or some kind of big old pendant. But it feels like they're saying, I need to start this over. I'm gonna burn this bridge the way that it is. I keep wanting to say as it is, because it could be the sound of this new thing that is making this song get old. I just have you seen American Horror Story, The Apocalypse, when they're stuck in that bomb shelter and they only get to listen to one song over and over and over again for months at a time? And that's kind of what this is. And she's like, no way, I'm listening to this new thing. Now with the Moon here, it could be some kind of intuition that was calling. This even looks like she's got some kind of harp. But it's also, that looks like wings. But then if you notice how her fingers are like this, it looks like this energy, you can even see that, is being redirected. Because the way the way that this thing is being played out over and over again is not right or good or whatever. And then I'm like, okay, well, what is this thing? It's the Ace of Fire. It's a new option. And this new option is certainly loud enough to shake the ethers. It can be, it's, wow. And now we're like, all right, well, I don't know what to do about that. I don't know how to feel about that, because there is some kind of attachment to this, or I was gonna say there was. Unless she's not the one who started the fire. We didn't start the fire. It was always burning and the world be turning. But this new spark, this is the fire, the Ace of Fire. Obviously. That's what lit this on fire. Fire, 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 fire. This person might like Beavis and Butthead. But it's, this right here is where she's like, I don't know. But if you notice here in this 9 of air, look at how in both of these images, this idea or thought or whatever that's surrounding her, they're both circular, right? So this is the bubble that she's in. And there's something about this one, this song that keeps getting played, this one has the ability to catch fire, right? It's rods. But this is peaceful. These are peace doves. And yeah, it's the 9 of air. So part of me wants to say, well, I don't know what to do about this decision. But the other thing is I want to take out the fact that this is a 9 of Swords tarot card and look at the picture compared to that picture. It's peace. Like real peace. And here, if you look at this cross image, you have, what I was saying, it's like directed. Look, and even she's like, blurp, there's your 2 options. This one or that one. One is peaceful, one can catch fire, but one's musical and one is just the text. So I think that this right here, this new start, is when you communicate with this person. Ground zero. It's, I mean, these two are looking directly at each other. They're extremely focused on you. They want to give you attention that you deserve. So that's where the change is. It's a brand new start in a real way. And I can't get away from the magnet card. I think that that's why this had the ability to catch fire, for this bridge to be burned, because this other thing is peaceful. It's magnetizing. It's the other option. What say you? Here we have a white wolf just trying to listen in the air. You know what I mean? Like, if you notice any animal, animals aren't really typically impulsive, particularly larger game, right? They will come, they'll stand up straight and they'll tune in to their energetic body. That's what an animal does. And they listen and feel around to what's going on, and they'll restrain themselves from freaking out or doing anything until they know. Until I know what to do. So let's talk about the older, this old song. Love. I mean, that's the Ace of Cups. It's a beautiful song. Big time. That is the fairy that was kissed by the pixies. this one here would have followed that one anywhere. Or it still will. Now, for those of you who this isn't something new, right? This, it feels like it feels like the song has to be rewritten. It has to be, because as is, it's too monotonous. It doesn't fit within the confines of the way that these two people behave. And the reason that I'm saying that for some of you it could just be a new contract with the same person is because of how much love is under there. Those two cards, the fairies that were kissed by the pixies and the Ace of Cups, that's ooey gooey giddy, like yippee skippy type of love, right? It's just there was something wrong with it. And it may be because she was not necessarily chasing, but that one was in the lead. Tell me about what this new thing is. It's a big deal. It's the way that things are expressed now. Ecstasis is it's the release. Maybe this one is the composer and they've had this other song or this other way of being within them the whole time, but they just kept presenting the same type of way, and then finally they're like, this is not who I am or how I am. Let me show you. Let me love on you. Let me nurture you. And I think that the change, they're definitely pleasantly surprised. It's Romeo. Now, like I said, for some of you it could be the same person, but it doesn't have to be. Some of you straight up are meeting someone new, but they are, look at how the gnome turns around and looks at the poet. It was enough to make them stop and look, to allow this situation to be nurtured, to vibrate differently. It's almost like this one understands this one and understands that it can't be written like that. It doesn't work. So let's write a new song together. And this one is like saying, what? It feels like, what do you mean that I can, it feels freeing. It feels peaceful. Tell me about the peace down here. That's a feline. Somebody might not, like, I don't want to say they don't like believe you or whatever, but they're suspicious for sure. She's all, we can write a new song. We can do this however that we want to do this. It's just this, it's a change, and it's the communication. There is something that has to be let go of, right? The way that this is cannot be. And it almost feels like someone doesn't necessarily like that. We have to support each other. We have to uplift each other. We need to talk about it. And the way that things are have to change. This song has to be rewritten. There's resistance there. I mean, for whatever reason, it feels like this person is resisting peace. But it does feel like, but then I would have to, like, you know, act right, or, well, it's not even acting right. These two are creating a song that's on their own terms. Now, when this communication happens, I think the reason that it lights all the things on fire is because it shocks this one. They absolutely weren't expecting for this either new star or this other person. How does Sand Tarot put it? She calls it the others. We weren't expecting for the others to behave this way. But it certainly is a gift. It's almost like you manifested it because of it's because of like some kind of healing nature. This one has the ability to rewrite her own songs. And you've got someone's attention. Bam, bam, bam. You certainly have their attention now. And I don't know what it was that you did or whatever. But there it is. So, and then we have this, the magnetic new start. Well, that's because you have their attention. Tell me about, I want regular tarot for this. Tell me about the conversation. And please don't give me the same tarot cards because that doesn't give me any answers. Two of Cups, I bet. Ace of Swords, the truth. Queen of Cups. The Empress. Ace of Rods. Ace of Pentacles. I heard if you'll have me, that is. And it's the Tower and the King of Swords. That's what I'm saying. This new start or this new offer or this offer to rewrite the song, it blows your mind in a real way. And the intense focus that these two have on each other, this person is serious. They're not kidding. And they want to negotiate. They are interested in changing this to this. Tell me about the moon. Like, why? What does the moon have to do with any of this? Someone straight up manifested this. They maybe were in some kind of paradigm that wasn't necessarily healthy, but she loved them anyways. It was lusty. It was pure potential, that's for sure. It could have been a new life. It could have been anything. But it left her basically unnurtured. It doesn't have to only be one relationship that ended up like that. Could have been over many moons. Look at how shadowy all of this is, even though the sun's shining right on them. Right? It's pure shadow. And said to the moon, I don't want this. Somebody could have even straight up on the moon burned something on purpose and put that vibration out in the air in order to bring peace. And they did. Right? So, okay, now I want to know, I'm going to get all these other cards out and really clarify each one of them. I want to see what happens because right here we're stopping at this place where we're sitting down to negotiate the rewriting of this. Because as it is, it doesn't work like this. So the link for the extended is in the box below. It'll take you to Vimeo, or you can join the membership side of this channel and get all of the extendeds unlimited. Until next time, you guys have a good one.